Hi, I'm Dexter Girl 1989 here, and I want to talk about something that came to my attention. I was listening to NPR, and they were talking about Rush Limbaugh and how he called this woman, Susan Flukes, a prostitute, and Susan Flukes was basically going to the committee, the basic congressional committee, and essentially promoting the employer-provided birth control. And basically, Rush Limbaugh was basically, this is a quote from Rush Limbaugh. What does it say about co-ed Susan Fluke, who goes before congressional committee and essentially says she must be paid for sex? What does that make her? It makes her a slut, right? It makes her a prostitute. She wants to be paid to have sex. Okay, let's go over that and dissect that for a minute here. Let's start with his annotation that she but she's basically saying she must be paid for sex. First of all, there's insurance companies employer-provided insurance companies that pay for birth control. So every woman that their employer pays for part of their birth control is a slut. You know what? Then you're calling me a slut, and I'm personally offended, and I'm personally outraged that personally outraged. And I want to go to the aid of this Susan Flukes and say you're a great person. And I heard that President Obama said that your parents should be proud of you, and how you stood up to the congressional committee and said the important things that you had to say. And I basically totally wholeheartedly agree with President Obama. And I feel that I feel that you should not feel any kind of hurt or upset over these comments. And I bet you were hurt by these comments. But don't be, because I'm going to go over that in a minute. Basically, I think he was equating it with paying for sex. Well, some insurance companies already pay for it. So many women are sluts and are prostitutes. Okay, I could take that with a grain of salt. That's Rush Limbaugh being a jackass. Let's go on to what else he says. She's having so much sex she can't afford the contraceptives. Oh my God! This is the most moronic statement I've ever heard. Birth controls works on a monthly cycle. Basically, you take the pills for somebody else, and it gets in your system, and it stops the contraceptive, and it stops the from you being inseminated or whatever, or you know what I mean. But basically, that's how it works. It's not like, oh, I take one, I have sex, and I can take another and I can have sex again. So you have to keep taking it in order to have sex. That's basically the most moronic statement I've ever heard in my life. I mean, now, and then he goes on to say she wants you and me and the taxpayers to pay for her to have sex. This makes my brain hurt. But we, the taxpayers, are not paying for it. The companies are paying for it. The companies are paying for it. Because it's the right thing to do. Because it's part of women's health. because they're not ass backwards like some of these corporations are ass backwards like Rush Limbaugh. And it goes on to say, what does that make us? We're pimps. You know what, Rush Limbaugh? You need to stop using pimps and the word sluts and whores. You sound pretty stupid. You sound like you're some fat white guy using the word pimps and hoes, and you're some fat white guy saying that shit. You know what? I bet you have in the past paid for sex. So, you're the John. Basically, he goes on to say, Johns. The Johns, that's right. We should be the John. No, we're not the John. You know what? Well, yeah, right, we're the pimps. Pimp's not the right word. You know what? He's so stupid, he can't figure out what he needs to say. He is so freaking, he is so mentally unstable that he can't figure out the right words to use. And then he goes, okay, she's not a slut, she's round-heeled. I take it back. What the fuck is round-heeled? And you can't just take it back. You said it. It's like me saying, oh, go fuck yourself. And then, no, I take that back. No, I said go fuck yourself. You know what? I can't take it back. I made the statement. You should own it. Own it. You called her son. Own it. Own those words. And basically what I have to say is employer provided health care coverage does not amount to being paid to receive treatment. Rush Limbaugh's example basically what I have to say is Rush Limbaugh insurance plan paid for his heart condition. Does that mean that he was paid to have a heart attack? In Rush Limbaugh's logic, that he's being paid for having a heart attack. I mean, and I should expect this from Rush Limbaugh. He's a freaking idiot troll, if you call it. I like to call him a troll because he looks like a troll. Actually, he looks like John Wayne Gacy, this freaking clown serial killer. So, yeah, you look like John Wayne Gacy, you moron. He probably dresses up like clowns and has pedophile sex with kids. So, you know what? Rush Limbaugh, you can suck it. You can suck it. You are a terrible, terrible person. And you will always be a terrible, terrible person. And I have rewarded you my douchebag, idiot, motherfucking moron award. You got my douchebag, idiot, motherfucking douchebag award. Yay! What has he won? You won nothing, you idiot. You know what? This is searing. I'm so searingly pissed off here that this video probably makes no sense whatsoever. But I had to get it out there. I mean, this man is just so wrong and so... I don't know what he is. He is a terrible person. And he doesn't have his facts straight. And I gotta call him out on that. If you're gonna say something, have your facts straight. And don't even use inflammatory words like slut, whore, pimps. Don't call the taxpayers pimps. I don't want to be called a pimp. You know what? You're an idiot. Thank you. This is Rush Limbaugh. Facepalm. Idiot.